Welcome to another episode of Power Alphas Podcast. I am one of your co-hosts, Mandy Saccomanno, formerly known as WWE superstar Mandy Rose. And today I am actually by myself. It's going to be a little different this episode, so it should be interesting. I wanted to share with you guys my most recent experience this week at the very first Wrestlers Combine that was with Black Label Pro. It was sponsored by DraftKings, and I had a really great week, so I wanted to share with you guys. I know there's a lot of questions out there, a lot of articles that came up about if I'm returning to the ring, what I did. So I have some behind the scenes stories that I want to share with you guys, specifically only for this episode. You can find us here on YouTube, obviously, as well as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and OnlyFans TV. So let's dive right in. Okay, so I was originally invited from my good friend Mojo Rawley, also known as Dean Mutati. And he invited me to come and participate in a wrestler's combine. I didn't really know what was involved. I didn't know the challenges, the competitions, all that good stuff. But what was, interesting to me was because they've never really done anything like this. So I thought it was cool. And I've worked with DraftKings before. So obviously they're a great company to work with. And I was excited about this one. And originally Sabby was supposed to come. But the reason why he's not here is because he had his bachelor party this weekend. So the date kept changing. So he's actually getting back tonight, and we will reunite. And I really do miss him, which is kind of crazy. We spend a lot of time together, but it just goes to show you really love someone when you actually really miss them when they're gone. And we do everything together. We're like best friends. We go to the gym together. We eat dinner every night, breakfast every morning. We just do everything together. So when you're not around them, it's weird. But sometimes it is good, as you know, that other episode from another podcast, we talked about having a little bit of separation, and sometimes it's good because then you really anticipate seeing each other. So, side note, back to the Wrestlers Combine. So I agreed to do the Wrestlers Combine. Like I said, I kind of just go with the flow most of the time. I don't ask a lot of questions until it's right before, and I'm like, okay, what do I have to bring? What am I doing? Blah blah blah. So I knew it was going to be also with Ash by Elegance, Jordan Grace, Zia Lee, and as well as 4 other male competitors. So it was 4 males, 4 women, and we each competed against each other. The women against the women, men against the men. You guys saw in the videos, I don't have to go into depth about what we did. We ran the ropes, we did arm wrestling contests, we did a collar and elbow, and then we also did a tire pull, which was really interesting because the girls crushed the tire pull. We were going at it. Jordan Grace was in the lead, and we decided that we were gonna kind of go against her and try to beat her. But obviously, as you guys can see, Jordan Grace is a beast and little hard to beat. So the whole event was in Chicago. So I flew into Chicago, and I really wasn't feeling too great right when I got there. I wasn't sure if it was allergies, but something was up, and obviously I was just going to push through because that's what I do. And I know things are going around, and what are you going to do, right? So I got coffee, got breakfast, and then I actually took a long nap. It was a 2-hour nap, and I woke up and I was even worse. I didn't know what was going on. I was really under the weather, but I pushed through, got to the venue. Now, mind you, I haven't stepped foot into a ring, any ring, in almost 2 years, let alone come to a little small auditorium show, old NXT days. I also never competed with any other companies besides WWE. So I've never worked with any other independent circles or anything like that. So I didn't really know what to expect. And obviously it was with Black Label Pro. So they're an independent company. I've heard a little bit about them. So when we first got there, it's actually a cool building. It was a little different than the NXT building. Some of them were kind of very interesting. I even told Mojo as a joke, I was like, as long as there's no cockroaches, I'll be okay. but it was clean, very different than, you know, a huge WWE event, obviously, but this was a smaller event. We were incorporating the Wrestlers Combine, so people were getting excited for it, and it was fun. Listen, I had a great time. Overall, I really wasn't feeling great, but I pushed through. And I'm not saying I wasn't feeling good because like I didn't win. I legit like got home and was really sick. But anyway, I had a headache. Like my headache was literally 24 hours, and I would take something and it wouldn't go away. And I was like, what is wrong with me? So I don't know. I was definitely sick, but the show must go on. So I'm sure you guys saw a bunch of videos where we were competing in the different challenges. And then there were matches in between each competition. So, or challenge, whatever you want to call it. So there was a lot of matches. We also did a meet and greet. I met a bunch of fans. Thank you for everyone that came out to see me. I signed a bunch of autographs, met a bunch of fans, and then we started the challenges. So first was running the ropes. I haven't ran the ropes in, like I said, almost 2 years. Also, this ring was a little bit smaller. I believe it was an 18-foot ring. I think WWE is 20. So like when you run the ropes, if you've never done this, you don't know, but it's a lot about footwork, right? So when you're learning to run the ropes, when I learned how to run the ropes years ago, it's not just like, okay, run to that rope. Like there's a technique, right? It's like steps, depending on how tall you are, how big you are, step, 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 turn, hit the rope. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot, and I'm shorter. So like now this is a little bit of a smaller ring. So I'm like, okay, do I take one less step or do I just go with it? So I felt like when I first got in there, first of all, ow, when you haven't ran ropes in a while, like you get bruised. I remember the time Tough Enough. I was so bruised. And you don't think because it's just like a rope. I don't know. So then I just like got in there, and I feel like I was like struggling a little bit at first because I was like, this is weird. I feel like I need to take away a step, but then it's going to mess up my whole flow. Like when you run the ropes a certain way, you get used to it. You could do it with your eyes closed. So I don't know if I was like shuffling a little bit. I seen some of your comments from my running the ropes video, and all you haters out there, kudos, suck it. But I thought I did a pretty good job. I thought I got like second in like the time, or maybe Ash beat me. I don't remember. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Not too bad for being a little rusty. So then the next challenge was arm wrestling, which was like my forte growing up. Ask my brothers. I used to beat my brothers in arm wrestling. Yeah, so I beat Ashley.
Not moving at all. Mandy.
And then I had to go up against Jordan, which clearly she beat me. I mean, she has like pythons. And yeah, so that was obviously pretty basic arm wrestling. And then we went into a lock-up fight, whatever you want to call it. So like whoever pushed the other person to the ropes obviously won. This one I was like, about. It was whatever. I lost, but like, who did I go up against? Oh, Xylee. Xylee's pretty strong. And then the fourth one was the tire pull, which you guys probably saw videos. The women crushed it. Like we were killing it. That was intense. The first person to pull everyone with the tire to a hand on the rope was the one that won. You guys all saw Jordan Grace won overall, so kudos to Jordan. And it was a lot of fun. And then there was a match that spilled out from that, which I did my run-in there, which I want to talk about.
Championship. There's
hold on a second.
Wait a minute.
Mandy Sacks hitting the ring. Boot to the midsection.
Oh!
And it's the knee strike on Shazza McKenzie.
I was asked to do a little run-in. I was iffy about this, but have yet to make a in-ring appearance yet, besides autograph signings and photo ops and all that stuff. So I decided to do it. It was literally 2 seconds. As I told you earlier, I was really feeling under the weather. Something was going on. I don't know what. But as I ran out to give my knee to Shazza, I my other leg gave out when I jumped. I still hit the knee, and you wouldn't even be able to tell. Now I'm obviously exploiting myself. But I jumped, and my leg, this leg, like gave out. So lately, I know you guys know I had that like little ski accident thingy, and the back of my knee has been bothering me. So I've been really worried about like, what it could be. I had a full body MRI with Pronuvo. You guys saw that. Nothing came up alarming. So it's just very strange. I don't know what's going on. It's like weird movements. It happened in the gym one day and then it goes away. Like it's not like this like crazy tear or anything like really scary, but it happened when I freaking like went to go give my knee for the first time in almost 2 years. And mind you, the knee still looked good because, I'm just that bitch. But yeah, I kind of like fall. I don't know if you noticed, but I like rolled out of the ring. So yeah, that's what happened when I gave my knee. So I don't know if it's like a testament of like, yeah, your time is done in the ring. Maybe you should like hang up the boots. Not saying that's what it is, but it kind of like scared me a little bit. But on the flip side, I will say it did bring me back. Obviously, I miss wrestling. I miss the camaraderie. I miss the fans. I miss that adrenaline rush. There's so many things that I do miss. And, it was a big part of my life for a long time. And I'm so grateful for everything and every one of you out there that has been such a huge fan and has stood by me the past couple of years and, has been proud of me and given me the respect that I've earned, especially going back to NXT in the last couple of years of my career. So I really do miss it. Whether or not I'm going to be getting back, I still don't have an answer right now. Did I get the itch? I think which is what most people want to know. I do have the itch a little bit. I do. I have a lot of things going on right now. Like for me right now, the biggest thing is it has to make sense for me and not just like financial sense. It has to make sense in the aspect of like, is this really what I want to do? Do I really want to put my body through it all physically? The traveling, I do love my life right now. I love being in New York with my family. I love going back and forth to Florida. I have a wedding coming up. Am I going to have kids right away? There's so many things that are going through my mind that like is just normal. And, I look at it like that. But on the flip side, I'm like, I'm young. Am I totally done yet? Like, I know there's unfinished business for me. And I just don't know if right now is the time to get in there and, get back to that unfinished business. Or do I, wait and I don't know, are people going to forget about me? I always worry about that. Like my fans are so amazing. And like this last little Wrestlers Combine thing that I was a part of, it gave me the itch of like I know people still care about me, which is like so amazing. But like, it's so crazy because like you wonder like, are people always going to care about you? No, they're not. But like, that's not what everything in life is about, right? People move on, people grow, people raise children. There's a time where you have to hang up the boots eventually. So I don't know what it is. I don't know what the future brings. However, I did have a lot of fun this past week in Chicago, stepping back in the ring, whatever you want to call it. I know I didn't have a match, but what I do want to say though, and thank all of my fans who did come out to Chicago and just all the fans that are so curious out there, wondering what my next step is, wondering if I'm going to get back in the ring, where it will be, when will it be. So I'm just so grateful for every single one of you guys. And I just wanted to address that to you all. I have a lot of things going on. I'm always looking for something new and exciting and something that I can help, stay in connection with my fans and have that direct relationship with you guys. And that's why I'm so grateful and so happy that I've been able to do this. Especially like, my exclusive site where I can talk to my fans and where I can give them behind the scenes content and all that good stuff and have that direct relationship. And it's just been a blessing. So I am super, super grateful for every single one of you guys. And I also just want to say that, yeah, I don't know if this will be the last of Mandy Rose you see throwing that knee. So I know this episode was a little different than normal. I like to switch it up, and I've a lot of things going on. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to mention in the comment section what you want to hear, any questions you have. You guys can follow us here on YouTube, as well as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and OnlyFans TV. And we'll see you guys next time. Mwah. Oh, and also starting next week, we are going to be uploading on Wednesdays now instead of Mondays. I'll be doing a post about this as well, but I wanted to let you guys know we will be uploading Wednesdays instead of Mondays. So love you all, and so grateful for every single one of you, and see you guys soon. Mwah.